hello, footprinters. And wow, Kirsten, what a question to open up with. I will look at that. First up, will Trump drop JD Vance for RFK Jr.? Yeah. So, how is everyone? I am going well. I've still got to straighten out that thing, but anyway, I hope everyone's going well. And wow, let's get into it, I guess. Oh, bit of housekeeping. I sorted out my password issue with YouTube. So members last week would have seen I didn't do a live, but I did comment in and I did upload a video for you guys. I was just having password issues. So that's all resolved. So members only live back tomorrow morning. Yeah. And yeah, we'll go on from there. Yeah. And I'm thinking of doing an extra video, but I'm not quite sure what on for everybody to watch. But I'm not quite sure what I'll do yet, whether it'll be a hidden treasure or a mystery or I don't know. Why don't you guys put stuff in the comment about what you'd like me to do a video on. Anyway, what a question to open up, Kirsten from Uncover the News. And she asked, will Trump drop JD Vance for RFK? If it was just up to him, like a rocket. But let's see if he will. Now that RFK has officially... Now, you've got to remember that Trump was for years and years and years an avowed Democrat, you know, and he made the switch. RFK just doesn't think he's going to get the power he wants as a Democrat because, yeah. Hi, Bonnie Russell. Hi, Sherry French. Oh, my goodness. Who was that? JFK, RFK Jr. Now, entertainment purposes only. The defiant ones. That's not going to happen. What is it? A wonderful Linda G saying a nothing burger, the cryptocurrency. Yeah. Okay, let's see. I caught the last 20 minutes of Kamala Harris's speech at the convention. Basically, I caught the last half hour, 40 minutes of the convention, the end of her speech, people gathering on stage, and the rabbi and the pastor coming up to do the benedictions. Oh, wow. Everyone's been talking about the energy. Oh, wow. And her husband, Einhoff, he's going to make an impact as the very first gentleman. You know, they have projects and issues that they promote. He is definitely going to have an impact. Hi, Steve. Hi, Sabrina Fell. So let's start with this. Will Trump drop JD Vance for RFK? He wants to. Let's have a look. Will he be able to? He loves the idea. In the centre here, I've got Lady of Engines, which is the Queen of Wands. He thinks he'd be an ideal partner for him. He'll do anything. He'll try anything to get rid of JD Vance, by the way. But it's not as simple as him just wanting to do it. Navigator of submersibles. That, I think, is the Knight of Cups. He's definitely made the offer, but as I said, it's not that simple. I'm just going to double check that the Navigator is the Knight. Yeah. Yeah. The Knight of Cups. He's made the offer, but there's challenges to that offer. He's already asked him. Three of submersibles. The advice for him, three of submersibles, is support. Find some support, but don't celebrate. Don't celebrate too early. He thinks he's got it in the bag. What's at the base of this reading? Of course, cosmic blueprint, the world. He wants to change. He wants to end JD Vance's run and start a fresh run with RSK. This is what he wants, to change the status quo, to, shift people's places in the world, if you will. He wants to, and he might try to, but what is the outcome? Nine of Engines. Nine of Wands. I don't think he's going to quite get there. But, he preempts everyone. Yes or no? Will he be able to do it? Sometimes he just goes ahead and does what he wants anyway. The Comet. This is the Star. He's very, very hopeful of pulling it off. I can hear if you don't give me Robert, I'm not going to run. There are definitely people who are going to stand against it with the Nine of Wands, Vigilance, the Guardian. Might almost get there, but the Lady of Submersibles, the Queen of Cups. Temper tantrum. He'll throw a temper tantrum if he doesn't get his own way. People are getting sick of him. The Republicans are getting sick of him. Oh, what will be the ultimate result here? If he does manage it, the Tower. And for this, it's going to be a Tower moment for a lot of people who are like, oh my God, he really is uncontrollable. Duh. Hi, Patricia. I am Steve. Oh, he'd love to. He would love to. But there are a couple of major blocks here. It would spell disaster. Because to a lot of Republican voters, RFK is a Democrat. He's from a Democrat family. He's, you know, they won't trust him. They don't trust him. It would be an absolutely disastrous move if he pulled it off. But I don't think he will quite get there. But he might just come out and say and do it. Let's get the pendulum. Let's get my pendulum. Okay. My pendulum. Get the circle running, and I'm going to ask pendulum, will Trump drop J.D. Vance for RFK Jr.? Yes. At least that is what he wants to do. Basically, that's what he wants to do. And he's told them that's what he wants to do. Will the Republicans let him? No. The Republicans certainly don't want him to, but he's already told them that's what he's going to do. Well, considering that the Trump-Vance ticket was put forward in July, I think they would have made the ballot. He wants to. He's already told them he's going to. I think he's even, but they're like, no. That's not happening. They mistakenly believe that they'll bring over a slew of Democrats if RFK is on their ticket. They won't. Okay. Steve has asked, could I focus on Georgia, Ohio, and Wisconsin? Yes, I heard that Brad Raffensperger has created an app where people can go in and request their voter registration be cancelled or whatever. But that means anyone can do that. So that app is not going to happen. Georgia. It's so odd that a man who did the right thing in 2020 still has no problem with doing the wrong thing in 2024 with trying to control the vote. We've got some wild and woolly weather over here or down here. I'm going to call Georgia. Will their attempts to manipulate the vote be successful? I'm seeing a challenge to the app and the app having to be shut down. Will the app have to be shut down? Eight of submersibles. Yes, it's going to have to be abandoned. Okay. Is the governor up for re-election? Six of Leviathan, Six of Pentacles. Give and take. I feel like a balancing of the books. Moon voyage, the moon. Things that have been hidden are going to come to light. There's secret spies and lies. Seventh of Leviathans. Review. That's the Seven of Pentacles. Review. Work, hard work paying off. For who? Democrats won Georgia. They won the electoral vote, didn't they? Will the Democrats win Georgia again? Five of Leviathans. No, not as successful this time. Out in the cold a bit. But review. They're going to try all sorts of things like recounts and all that. If it, pendulum. Will the Democrats win Georgia? Yes, it swung into yes. So the review, yeah. So a more even vote, review, someone out in the cold. I think there's going to be lots of recounts happening. Like Republicans are going to demand a recount. But I think it'll be close again. But I think that the Democrats may win it again. Will Africa declare a continental emergency for Mpox? Yeah. This is the two of airships, the two of swords. But it's going to take a while to get everybody on side. There's that core group of nations who form a core group. But it's still going to take a while. Will Taylor Swift come out and endorse Kamala? That's a lot of pressure put on her. Six of airships, Six of Swords. Light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, but she's got a few things to sort out first. I mean, she was threatened. And then those little girls who were her at that concert where they were practicing Taylor Swift songs, and just the pressure on her. I think she feels a little bit damned if she does and damned if she doesn't. I do think she's going to vote blue down the ticket, and that is her business. I think she feels that Seven of airships. And Eight of airships. Yeah, I feel like she feels a little bit like she wants to, but what cost to her? So she feels a little bit trapped, painted in a corner. But I do think she will come out and say, look, I'm voting blue. I'm a Democrat. I said it before. She's no longer an 18-year-old girl anymore. I mean, she's something like 32 now. But why place all that pressure on one person? It's just like, I think she's really felt a lot of pressure the last few weeks. Personal security. I think that she's lost with the Seven of Swords her sense of security. That really was a big shake-up. With what happened in Austria. So she feels a little bit trapped. And I do feel that I think she's I think she will come out and say vote blue. Will she endorse the Democrats? I think she might feel a bit safer endorsing just a cosmic blueprint. Yes, that's the world. So yes, she will endorse the Democrats and go, I vote blue. I'm a lifelong Democrat, whatever she says. But yes, she will endorse the Democrats and as such endorse Kamala and Tim. But she's not quite there yet. She's got a lot to unpack. I mean, she only got back to the US a few days ago. And yeah. Okay. Oh, they'll sue. Yeah, Foo Fighters will sue. Yeah, RFK has done his dash. He's, yeah. In general, will Kamala Harris be declared the winner on election night? Yes. Yeah. Okay, I have some more questions. I've got some written out. Trump is planning a fundraiser for January 6 defendants at Bedminster. Some Republican pundits are going, what the? I'll go back to the fundraiser in a minute. Will RFK supporters vote for Trump? Pendulum, will RFK supporters vote for Trump? No. If they're gambling on that, they'll either not vote or vote Democrat. But he doesn't really have that many supporters. He's not that popular. Yeah. So, this planned fundraiser for January 6 defendants at Bedminster that Trump is planning to have, he won't use any of the money to help them. What effect will it have on? Is it another nail in the campaign coffin? Ace of Engines. It is going to spark. I'm feeling anger with the Ace of Engines, the Ace of Wands. Real anger. Because people are over it. They don't want to go back. You know, we're not going back. They're feeling that too. Navigator of submersibles. They know it's a lie. They know none of that money will reach those defendants. They know because they figured it out. It's just another money-making ploy for Trump. They know it's a lie. Five of submersibles, five of cups. Yeah, they've had it. They're ready to move on. It's not going to help at all. It's just, yeah, no. It's going to turn a few more away. Of course, there's always going to be the call. Okay, Mia Farrow tweet. I knew Robert Kennedy Sr. well enough to know that he would be devastated, would endorse a person of every value. Oh, yes, I do feel he would be. I think pretty well the whole family is devastated. I think, JFK, Edward, Bobby, Teddy, Bobby, with what their father did to their sister, the family determined they would never again abandon a member of the family. But they just, no, they can't. They cannot acknowledge this person. It's like that's it. If you do this, abandon all hope. Will RFK Jr. be basically exiled from his family for the rest of his life? Pendulum. Will RFK Jr. be exiled from the Kennedys for the rest of his life? Yes. His children, his grandchildren, no, that's it. It's like, I have no idea. You see, the thing is, very conservative Democrat he was. And yes, he would have had very conservative Democrat followers, but they're still Democrats. And they would see what he did as a betrayal. Family is devastated. I don't think he's ever going to be welcomed back in. If it were true political belief, true Republican beliefs and the good Republican beliefs and the, if if it was them that he had those, but it was still willing to work across the aisle, his family would respect that, you know. His family would respect that, if you know what I mean. If it was a true belief that the Republican ideals could do, you know, much for the country as they have in the past and can again, and that with a willingness to work across the aisle, the family, yeah. But it's not about that for him. It's about, he's a Kennedy. He should have just been handed all this power. And he wasn't just handed all this power. He had to work for it like everybody else. And he didn't get the amount of power he wanted. So it is a grab for money and power. And the Kennedys haven't been above that in the past. I mean, obviously. But he put himself first every time. So, yeah. Anyway. I don't think he's a very sick man. He's just a black sheep, I guess you could say. I think there's actually a bit more of Joseph in him, because Joseph was a very ruthless man, his grandfather. So, yeah. You've got to remember that everything the Republicans are going through now, the Democrats went through at one stage. And, yeah, it's... it's ruthlessness. Yeah, but you don't abandon your principles. That's what it is. This isn't about working across the aisle. This is about abandoning your principles. And, yeah, not necessarily about his political beliefs, but abandoning his principles. So anyway, enough about this guy. Okay. Why did the Russian Minister for Defense reach out to Washington a couple of days after the recent NATO summit thingy that was held a few days back? Why? And said it's important to keep the lines of communication open. The Empress planting a seed, basically, if that sounds, the Empress is pregnant, planting a seed. The time machine, X10. He sees a change coming. Brazen Head, 11. That's Justice. Yeah, Justice. Okay. 3 major arcana. He's planting a seed because he can see there's a change coming here with Russia. Justice is about to be visited on it. He wants to, and he's planting a seed. He wants to set himself up as in a position to communicate and be an what do you call it? Maybe even a mediator. I think he's sent a message that changes are coming and we are going to be open to negotiation. But they're big changes. Major arcana, you know, tarot's crap for time. In general, major arcana a bit further in the future. Okay. Now, beautiful deck here, the Delusion Tarot. And I'm not saying that Harris is delusional or anything like that. It's just the name of the tarot. But it's beautiful deck, lovely energy. So, as I said earlier, I caught the last 15, 20 odd minutes of Harris's final speech and the closing benediction of the DNC. Where to from here? Well, first, there's, you know, 70-something days left in the campaign. So there is campaign work to do. But there's still government work to do. So where to from here? Let's have a look at the government or the administration for the month first. Where to from here for the administration? Biden is still president. Harris is still vice president. So I do feel the Secretary of State will be, you know, 5 of Pentacles. Okay. This is like a turn of the corner. It's like that chill that was in the air when people felt Biden was forced out. When he finally said, okay, yeah, look, I'm going to, you know, step away. They've turned a corner from that. Two of Swords, there are decisions to be made still in government. So, I've lost my way with this. Yeah. So there are decisions to be made still in government. So this is the obstacles. Now, they've still got decisions to be made. So there's no time for procrastinating. So we're talking about the administration here, not the Biden-Harris campaign. Okay. Hi, Shelby Lisa. How you going, my darling? How are your family and your stepdad? The expectations on the administration. Four of Swords. That they've had a rest. That they've stepped back for now. For some reason, some people expect them to not do much, not achieve much. But that's, I'm sorry, that's bull hockey. Some people expect them to take a rest and cruise. The world, past experience relevant to the future. Well, the world, things are changing. They are winding up this administration, so a new one can start. But they still, that doesn't mean that they rest on their laurels, okay, as some people expect them to do. It's ridiculous. Recent influence. The Chariot, of course, that's the juggernaut that is now the Harris-Walsh campaign. Movement, momentum. You know, so people expect the administration to slow down, slow the momentum. That's not going to happen. The immediate result. Five of Wands. There is still a lot of decisions, a lot of negotiation, a lot of work to happen, and conflict, of course, working the house. Of course, there's still a budget to pass. And so, yeah, immediate result, it's back to the everyday grind. And the House, dealing with the Republicans in the House and the Senate and all that. So, yeah, it's pretty much back to business as usual. And what's the outcome for the administration now that the DNC is over? The Wheel of Fortune, heading towards the inevitable change and handover, which backs up with the world. And but a change for the better. Not that things have been bad, they've been really good, but there's a change for the better and a shift in people's places in the world, which to me indicates that the outcome for the administration will be moving on to an even stronger administration that has an even stronger base of support in the House and the Senate. So, yeah, of course, there is. I suppose some people say it's going to slip into caretaker mode, but mode. These are beautiful cards. The backing, unfortunately, is a bit fragile, so it's a few. Yeah. WhatsApp. Iranian hackers targeted WhatsApp accounts of Meta says Meta say, does Meta own WhatsApp now? I think they do. Honestly, I don't think it's going to have that much of an impact. We're doing well, Sherry, friend. Yeah, Sherry, yeah. Will they say, oh, yes, yeah, of course. Margaret, yes. There's people saying Mpox is a hoax, but yeah, no. Don't stress about them. Now that we've had a look at the administration, the Biden administration, let's have a look at. Oh, thank you, Sabrina Fell. Thank you very much. That's very appreciated. And hello to all my lovely lurkers, and hello to everyone who chooses to watch my videos at a later date. Thank you for continuing to watch. I do appreciate it. Give us a thumbs up or send a comment. You know. Mm-hmm. Mm. Harris said she would no, Biden won't sign it. I think that she has gone very thoroughly through what her plans are with Biden. So no. Oh. I think he got it wrong. If he dismissed the cases with president, there's nothing with what is it? Prejudice. There's nothing that can be done. If you dismiss the charges, the dismissal, without prejudice, then they can be brought again. So it depends. He didn't acquit them. He just dismissed the charges. So it depends on with. There will be justice for that young woman. I do know that. Okay. The Harris False campaign. Let's have a look. The next couple of weeks of the Harris False campaign. Let's have a look. Where are they now? Four of Pentacles. Wow. The extremes of the last of energy. So they're back doing what they do, getting funding, finding that right balance too, as well, between getting that money and getting the balance right, one extreme to another. They're just, working on that. Any obstacles for now? The Two of Wands. they've had a bit of a rethink about where to go from here, because they've had another look at the bigger picture and they found a little bit of a block if they went this way. So they've had a bit of a rethink about their planned pathways. With the Two of Wands there. Again, with finding the right balance, it's choosing the right path forward. So it's like they're taking a little bit of a pause. The expectations of this campaign. 10 of Wands, that it will be successful after a bit of a struggle. So there's a little bit, they're not expecting a smooth run, but they will succeed. Past experience relevant to the future. I'm certainly getting shenanigans when looking at that. The High Priestess. Kamala, as vice president, went through all the shenanigans of 2020. So she has all that knowledge from that. And she's bringing a lot of depth of knowledge to the table. And also a lot of experience. But also that administrative experience that Tim Walsh has as having been a governor of a state. Recent influence. The Emperor, that is Biden, that is the stability that he provided by insisting he would only step down if Kamala took his place, and insisting that the Democrats stood by his decisions and stood by her. Immediate result. Wow, I've got the Hanged Man. Interesting. The Hangman is where they are willingly. So the immediate result is that the Democrats are willingly going ahead. They've put a pause on all sorts of, well, they can't really. Those people who pushed for their own agenda and their own candidates, they're like, they've been quietened. But there's a pause. This is also about pauses. Taking that deep breath. So basically a day or so of rest. And the outcome. This is just for the next few weeks of the Harris-Voss campaign. Hi, Celtic Seer. The Hermit. This is the passing the torch, officially pass the torch. Yeah, so this camp, okay. Everything, of course, until all the proper endorsements have been done. So the pause is over with the hangman. And now the torch has officially been passed. And that new journey is beginning. I'm just going to get a clarifier on that Hermit. 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, no longer out in the cold as the least, as a not so favoured candidate by a lot of people. No, that turn that corner. Okay. Who's on the bottom? The Tower. Epiphany. Epiphanies. Hi, Deborah Costro. Yeah, of course we have the right to disconnect outside of working hours. But some people, some companies don't see that. Some, we employ you 24/7. Okay. Anyone else got something they'd like me to read on? Deborah, hi. Thank you, Celtics here. And again, Celtics here is one of my moderators. And thank you to all the moderators. Yeah. Oh, Trump-owned club to host fun. Yeah, I've done that one. Yeah. I saw that story. It's going to backfire on him. Yeah. I did a reading on that one too. Because they know that he's not going to use the money for them. Hi, Travels. Let's have a look. Will the billionaires be curbed regarding their greed and wanting to dictate how to live? I don't think there's as many billionaires who wish to dictate how people live as you'd think. But the ones who do, will they be curbed? Fact is that people don't really listen to them. So they try to influence things through their politics. But, there's just as many supporting Democrats as there are things. So, look, This came out reversed. People will be moving on from them. Hey, J Cat Lady. Yeah, they might try telling everybody else how to live, but do you listen to them? I certainly wouldn't. Momentum. There's certainly there's certainly some chaos happening in some of the bit of financial chaos coming their way. They might procrastination. Or just about making money for them. That's all it is. That's all their agenda is, making money. The Saudis. Now, somebody said, now I remember a couple of years ago saying about Mar-a-Lago that it wouldn't surprise me if the city of Palm Beach actually seized Mar-a-Lago due to unpaid taxes. Will they eventually shut down Mar-a-Lago? Well, the thing is, yeah, well, they're going to. I said a couple of years ago, I saw the city of Palm Beach as, a huge influence in what happened to Mar-a-Lago. And I think that, will the city of Palm Beach seize Mar-a-Lago? Yes. That man hasn't paid a cent in taxes or rates since he bought it. I eventually see it being turned into a museum. Vows to release the JFK assassination file. No, he's not going to be able to do that. Excellent. Yeah, there's going to be more of that happening. More and more counties are going to be getting rid of those. Okay, where is it? Those Shelby Lisa, yeah. She said, my county in Florida voted out Mums for Liberty on the school board. Boo-hoo, Jennifer Pippin. No more book bans. Yeah, one thing I've also said for a long time, been saying it for years, that there's going to be a real change in the grassroots politics, the school boards, the city councils. Yeah, because people are sick and tired of being told that we are going to restrict the choices of your children. Hospital boards, is there going to be a groundswell in grassroots, local politics? Is there going to be an upheaval in local politics, a cleansing of far right from local politics? Is there going to be a cleansing of the far right from local politics? they've painted themselves into corners. Yes. Mm. Yeah. 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 Abandonment. The sun's shining. A lot of the people being shown up for what they are. School, yeah, libraries, you know, all of those boards. There's going to be a return to balance, a return to harmony. People across the country are just sick of it. And they're realizing that quite often the rot starts on their own doorstep. Light at the end of the tunnel. And it does. People thinking, oh, the rot started up in Washington and all that. No, it started on your own doorstep when you let people who are basically unfit and unable to do a job with fairness, objectivity, and rancor and into these positions. So I do feel there's going to be a whole cleansing of grassroots local political conditions, people. Ooh. Ooh, Melania. Shift in her place in the world. Yeah, she's going. She's going. Travel. Will she take Baron with her? That'll be up to Baron. She's got plans that she hasn't revealed yet. A lot of people have started reading on Baron. You know, behavioural issues, this, that, or that. I'm just going to leave the lad alone. I feel he's not in a place yet where he's done anything that requires our scrutiny. So, yeah. That's why I don't really read much on Tiffany either. Yeah, she's popped up, the occasional do and all that, but she hasn't really done anything that requires scrutiny. You know? Okay. Well, What will be the October surprise? Will it be huge? Well, first, will there be an October surprise? Who usually does that? Is it Republicans or is it Democrats, or do they both do it? I don't really understand what the October surprise is about. So I'm just going to have a look. Okay, so it's a news event that may influence the outcome, planned or spontaneously. Will there be, hi Susan Rotella, will there be an October surprise? Yes. Pendulum, will it be a huge October surprise? No, not really. It's going to be a little bit underwhelming, actually, and I think it's hi, Constance Campbell. I caught the last 20 minutes of Kamala's speech and the closing benedictions and all that. And yeah, a lot of energy there, wasn't there? So, October surprise, yes, there will be, but it's going to be underwhelming. Will the stock market dip? Maybe. I feel it's going to be like underwhelming and will the Republicans try and create an issue? Did I say hi, J Cat Lady? If I didn't, apologies. Queen of Swords, King of Swords, there may be something military. Look, other Republicans going to try and I'm going to use a different deck. Will the October surprise, pendulum, will the October surprise involve the military? Yes. Okay. There might be, I'm getting ground strike. Yeah. Anyway, what will the October surprise be? Vigilance, resilience, courage, persistence, test of faith and boundaries. I do feel it might be something military. An attempt to gaslight. But there's going to be wishful thinking. Okay, wishful thinking it's got here. The Republicans are going to try and make more out of it than it is. So it's going to be pretty underwhelming. It's not going to be huge. Self-care, unpaid debts, one-sided charity. I think there might be more coming out about Trump. But again, people just know that and they don't care. Open to new perspectives, self-limiting beliefs, inner critic, releasing of negative thoughts and open to new perspective. I think there's going to be a few blindfolds dropping from a few people. It's really just going to be, the Republicans are hoping it'll have a huge effect, but it's not going to. Retreat, withdrawal, checking in for alignment. So it could be, troop movements out of an area. I think it's something military, and I think that the Republicans are going to try and take advantage of it, but they're just going to fail. Okay, guys, I am going to wrap it up. The members only live will happen again tomorrow. I sorted out my password issues, which nobbled me a bit last week. So that's all been sorted. And yeah. So I'm going to wrap it up today. Oh, my scar's quite sore. So interesting to see what happens. I do think that the City of Palm Beach is going to end up with Mar-a-Lago. It's not going to be sold. They're going to grab it. And I do think it might end up being a museum or something. I'm not, or they might sell it. But yeah, I think there's a seizure notice from the city making its way to Mar-a-Lago. Yeah. yes, I still feel a punch when you mention your mum passing, Shelby. So it was an honour and a privilege to read for her. It really was. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. Stay safe, everyone. Stay strong. Stay healthy. Stay loving. Does T flee the USA prior to the election? Oh, hi. Let's have a quick look at that. Compassionate, caring, emotionally stable, intuitive, in flow. Well, that's a yes. But yeah, look, I think he'd like to, but I don't know if he's going to be able to. I think he might try and sneak out after, but they're going to be watching him. I've never seen him be able to get on the plane or the plane take off. Never. And I've been doing this exercise for years, and I've never, ever seen him be able to get on the plane. Yeah. Anyway, I think he certainly intends to flee either before or after, but I've never seen him succeed in doing it. Anyway, so stay strong, stay healthy, stay loving, and above all, my darling, stay laughing. Laugh every day, and if you can, laugh with a stranger. Love you all, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye-bye.